Um, it looks new to me. I'm new to you. In other words, I would start with a quick intro and we'll get started with few wisdom. I keep it very simple conversation for first 5 to 10 minutes. Then we can open up for question and answers. All right. I'm so honored to be with you all because your time, your attention is the highest life energy anybody can give to anyone. So I'm so honored because you're giving your time and attention, which is the absolute highest priority for me. So thank you for inviting me, Satya Master. And nice to meet you all virtually. Today, I was noodling about a couple of items to talk to you all. The first one, you all meditators, I'm sure you all figure it out, the tools that are available for you to overcome some of the obstacles that whenever you receive, you have those tools. I thought we can have a follow-up on those tools, just a quick rundown of one last time. But today, I'm going to talk about very brief, 5 to 10 minutes. What can we do to bring meditation into our daily life? When I started meditation, obviously we live in the physical world, right? We have our jobs. Every one of us has families. We need to spend time with kids, friends, all that. And also, need to catch up on some sleep. Maybe goal is reducing the sleep as the body allows. But still, I requires 4 to 6 hours on average. So what I realized was meditation is awesome. We need to do that. There is no alternative. In other words, do we take a shower every day? Absolutely, yes, right? The meditation is exactly cleansing our thoughts and emotions and etheric body. It's as simple as it. Or maybe do we clean our homes daily? That's exactly, we are doing it to our bodies as well. But imagine if we choose not to clean the home for 5 days, or maybe if we push something to the corner, what happens? The same is applicable with our bodies as well. So life is crazy, life is busy. Always try to find even 5 minutes to do the meditation. Discipline is what makes us to excel or anything, on any, both at physical level and spiritual level as well. So continue to do that all the time. But today I'm going to talk about, okay, when I'm doing my meditation, I always feel that's not enough for me. I mean, we do it 1 hour, we do it on the weekdays, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours at most. But stretching beyond is actually is a limitation with other responsibilities, right? We have little kids at home, we need to spend time with them. When we don't, they come and then you want to talk to, me anything? Yeah, they say you did not spend time. You know, kids are so smart. They know how to convey the message, right? So what I realized was, how do I bring my meditation, closing my eyes, observing the breath, into my physical life? I want to talk about 4 or 5 items, right? My hope is if you attract to any of one item, I want you to practice it, right? All of us know the information. Yeah, Google has it. There are 100,000 books are written on it, right? But what matters is, did we experiment on it and did we learn from it? Yeah, that's real matter. That makes the difference. Listening, no. So what I practicing is, right, in the daytime, I focus on what points in the day or what times of the day I feel any, the emotions, right? I call it as a negative emotion, right? Uh, anything below the love frequency, I call it as negative frequency. For examples, sad, frustration, stress, anxiety. Yeah, all those things, right? What I observed was when that situation happened, maybe stress, maybe you are heading to the office and your flight got delayed and you don't have next flight. And the mind started thinking, oh, what should I do? Do I need to drive it? Do I need to do? I mean, as if, finding a way. What I realized was the anxiety or stress is actually coming from the thinking. Again, remember, the situation is flight delayed, right? Yeah. But what I realized, the moment I observe my breath, I bring my thoughts to thoughtless state, I started touching my true self. That means peaceful, calm, love. But still, I have to deal with the problem. So, what I started doing is understanding my thought, understanding my feeling when it is not really helping. Absolutely right. If I'm in front of the tiger and all, I listen to the mind and then we need to protect. That's survival. But missing a flight is not a survival. So I started implementing it. I started seeing the meditation, whatever we do, reaching out to the thoughtless state, that can be done throughout the day and based on your, levels of emotion. So that's the number one. Try it out. It's going to help you, to clean some of the dark side within us. When I say dark side within us, yes, everyone has out of orders, right? Me, I think all of us. If we are perfect, we won't be here. We have out of orders, period. If you think otherwise, yes, we can have a separate conversation. So I want our goal is right. We are doing a meditation during the physical life. We see where we fall and then try to work on those. The way we work on those is bring, without closing the eyes, reach out to the thoughtless state. And immediately you experience it, you are much closer to love, light, whatever the feeling you get at the thoughtless state in the meditation, you just feel it. Then implement the process. That's the number one. Number two, oh, again, today is more of, right, what is those tools and processes you need to follow to continue to do your inner work. Because I said each one of us has out of orders and we need to pay attention what those are and we need to start bringing the awareness. The moment we have an awareness, we can take an action. That's how the things work. All right, that's number one. Pay attention to that. And the number two, I want to talk about the truth, right? truth is such a simple thing, it's not complex. Uh, for example, if I have a bottle of glass, maybe a glass filled with water, but it's only filled with 50%. And then we ask 10 different people, what do what do they perceive looking at it? And then the background, we put it as a heart desert image, and in between we put it. And then the same, all the different 10 people or maybe 100 people, 1 million, look at the same glass. Everyone perceive it differently. It's the same glass. Yeah. Let me take this example to different level, right? We have, if you take a point of view on any famous person, that could be a president, that could be film star. Everyone has a different perception. And that those perceptions are nothing, maybe may not be related to that actual person, right? So the point I'm trying to make here, whatever you feel, yeah, you feel. When you think, you feel. Yeah, you got it, right? How the body works. When you think any thoughts, those thoughts generates that feeling. That feeling could be bad or good, on the physical world, right? Anything below that frequency, not great. Above frequency is awesome. So everyone has their own lens. Yeah, those lens comes from in the current life until how we born and brought up, the beliefs we carry, and then also some of the past lives as well. So I want you to remember, whatever you feel, you think it belongs to you. Okay, the second point I wanted to make, whatever you feel and think about yourself, about others, a place or a person or a thing, it belongs to you. It's not about the other person because you are using your lens. Yeah, the reason I'm telling is right. The number two gives you where you need to focus on your inner work. For somebody, it could be an anger situation. Somebody, it could be a judgment situation. Somebody, it could be a shame situation. Maybe it's the guilt. It doesn't matter what. What matters is use these tools to identify what area you need to work on. Again, remember, all this is like a onion layer. We think we overcome the fear. That's true. But next one is more nuanced one. So it touches the inner layer of it. So it goes multi-deep level. So uh, you might be operating at very high level, but still as a human being, we need to go through those as well. So it doesn't matter where you are, but you need to continue to work on it. Yeah, that's number two. So the number three, maybe I would stop at three. We can have more. Number three is right. People has a tendency to resist the things. People has a tendency to resist the things. Things are people, situations, and all. What happens when we resist is within our body, we are keeping some of the dark to the corner. Like we ask our kids, hey, can you help, clean the hall? They know, they just push the stuff to the corner. because they need to do their activities too, right? I see based on my counseling, it is common we do that. And unfortunately, the more we keep to the corner, whatever we resist, it persists. Next time it come back with a little more intense, little more intense, little more intense, little more intense. And at one point it becomes like, you know, in the house, we need to call the cleaners. They spend 3 hours to clean it. In the same way, we need to focus a month to get all that thing taken away. So the third one, try to see when you receive a thought that is not related to right now, but anything that happened in the past, I want you to break that. And the way you break that is right. Do not continue the same thinking. You break it and then also either accept it or forgive it. Sometimes acceptance works. Sometimes we can't accept it, whatever the reason, then forgive them. All right. So what I talked about is 3 things, right? Let me go through reverse chronological order. Whatever you resist, that persists in your life. And I want you to look back in the current life to begin with. What are the things that you either not accepted, is, person or place or thing, are not forgiven? It's the time to let go. The way you let go is you need to either accept them or forgive them. Yeah, that's number one. Number two, if you go to a party and you feel about something about others, pay attention. That belongs to you. If I look at somebody, I judge them, that belongs to me. So keep an observation on that. That gives you an idea or indication or awareness where you need to focus on. Because whatever I feel, whatever I think, it belongs to me. The example is right. A glass of water kept in front of the desert background. Okay. In front of a rainy season versus something, simply the backdrop and the image, people see the different ways. They can, yeah, there are million ways people can perceive, but actual truth is different. The truth is simple. A glass of water is available. If somebody do not have no lens, okay, glass of water is available. That's it. No judgment is there. But if there is a hard day and the glass of water is there, somebody says that water not enough, or I'm going to drink the water, assuming that that person doesn't need water right now, but the backdrop forcing them, oh no, I might end up having a water after half an hour, so I'm drinking it, right? It doesn't matter what, but I'm giving you, few ways that, you use that analogy to identify what those out of orders. Yeah, that's the second one. The first one, bring the meditation thoughtless state into your life. When I say into your life, into your physical day as well. Try to see at what times of the day you are having any of the emotions. Sometimes people choose unnecessarily, right? People started, watching a movie and they started having, a stress coming out from the work. It's funny, everyone sitting in front of the TV enjoying the movie, but this person has a thought about something happened in the past, or maybe going to have, about maybe Monday, and then freaking out. And Again, that is an example, right? You try to see what is that version for you. The moment you realize it, reach to the thoughtless state. That is one quick step to get back to your default self. That is love, operate at the heart love level. So no judgment, right? That's exactly we do in the meditation as well. All right, that's all. I know I did take 20 minutes, I guess. I hope you can relate it to these 3 points in your life, experiment it, and share your experience with others during your calls. When you share it, right, you get maturity in the sense that experience, and it deepens and it empowers the others as well. All right, that's all I have. Anyone has any questions for these three or any general questions, we can pick it up.
Thank you, Master. If anyone have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Namaste, Anil sir. Namaste. Thank you. We are honored, really. Thank you so much for your time, precious time. Thank you. I am Sudha. And I have one question that is common. I was listening from everywhere, so I wanted to talk about that. That they are forgiving because they have so much pain and hurt in their life, and they forgive them and they do everything, but again the pain again came, and that situation they are remembering again and again they are hurting themselves. So what to do for the deep hurt they have?
Yeah, it's a process,
Yes.
and there are the two pathways on that. One, after forgiving, are they really going back having the suffering with the same situation or not? That's the first one. If they really have the suffering after actually forgiving it, accepting it, if they have the suffering, that means they did not forgive. They think they're doing right, but that energy is continue to be hanging in their ears. So they need to deepen that. Sometimes the way we need to do that is there is a concept called inner child rescue. So I'm going to use a real-time example. I wanted to, that way you can relate it.
Mhm.
Um, it may not be related to the situation you asked, but it is something we did in our counselings.
Mhm.
Especially in the country that we live, abuse is a big deal.
Yes.
It happens in the close family, and even when they reach to the 30 years, 40 years of age, this is bothering them. That
Yes.
is bringing them. So what we really ask them, I mean, this is a tool, we can use it.
Mhm.
Sit in a meditation, visually invite that 10-year self to the meditation. It's a visual experience, right? It's not the intellectual.
Yes.
Intellectual is something is a logical. I'm not talking about the mind level. I'm talking about beyond the mind level. We invite that 10-year self, whenever that incident happened, in this case, 10 years it happened, we invite them to, ask them to sit on the lap and having a connection, having a talk with that 10-year or inner self, 10-year self, I am here for you. From now on, I'm going to protect you. It's my promise. And you give that, you have those conversations and you hug them. That's the one way we see the ether's word release. But it cannot be done every time. The situation is presented,
Yes.
and we need to implement these tools to help them to heal. We call it as inner child rescue, as a yeah, as the program, whatever the name. We need to see what is happening. If there is a multiple scenarios is happening, then the process needs to be continued.
Okay.
But I think I wanted to, all that I told, is one way. But I wanted to say one other thing. When any experience bad happens to anybody, there are two arrows are coming their way. One arrow is a pain because of the experience.
Yes.
The second arrow is how we react to the first arrow. The first arrow reaction is, okay, that's happened yesterday. I have no control. I'm accepting it.
Mhm.
I learn the lesson. I move on. That is, one possible reaction to the first arrow
Yes.
that come and then hit the person, right? The second arrow, if they don't accept it, it becomes a suffering. So pain is non-avoidable. When I say pain is non-avoidable, 100 years from today, I don't think I won't exist here. None of us exist here. When the time comes, yes, there are close to us, feel that pain, but they have an option whether they choose the suffering or not. The suffering is how they react it. People can react celebrating the life. That is one way. People can react, oh no, and that becomes the suffering. We need to really work at the cellular level to see which tool helps them, and we need to pull them out. Again, the more we try the different tools, we get to know what works and how can we help. I think it gives you a little bit of a context there, but we can take up any follow-up if you feel we need to dive deep.
Sometimes the near relation, also the separation and that pain of near relations are more painful than that situation.
Um, I understand. Would it be possible to give an example? The more specific answer come. If it is
Because
general,
these days, uh, so many people, I'm doing in-person meditation there, and so many people has this issues that their near relation, even their husband wife or their close brother or brother sister, or these relations are not going in a good way, so they are separating and they are not talking, and that pain of the sister or brother is very different. More than sister is more suffering than the brother.
yeah, it's
That then two things happen that time. For they said the pain of that situation and the separation, the relationships separation. They are thinking like that because
yeah,
they are not thinking like we are soul and we are experiencing this. They are not. They are new, and they. So what should I tell them?
oh, I think when you are really helping the people, right?
Yes, I am helping
You only give the information to them.
information. Okay.
Yeah, we don't attach to them as well, right?
No,
Maybe,
I'm not attached, but
yeah,
I
we,
wanted to help means to give way. what to do.
Yeah.
So I'm telling them we are body, we are not soul. Think like that. We are energy. We'll go. This is like drama. This is illusion. All these things I'm telling them, but sometimes
Yeah,
they say
not everyone is ready.
they're ready. Yeah,
Yeah. So you just go with the wisdom that you think is right for them. You tell them, and then it's their call to
yeah,
choose,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's I'm doing that.
Okay,
I'm
awesome.
not attaching with them,
Yeah, yeah,
but I just want to help them to so that they can come out with that
yeah,
little bit of that. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank
yeah,
you, appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah. Absolute pleasure.
Pinky, go ahead.
Mm. Thank you, Anil sir. Quick question. When you said that about your inner child, I have like a question related to that. I will give you specific example. Suppose 5 years back in office, like as I'm giving my example, one example, had a hard time with the boss that was going through some issues, and that really impacted me emotionally. That fear of losing job, and it impacted my health, emotional health. I recover from that time right now, but still, I think I still have that because sometimes those kind of meetings it remembers. I don't have those same panic attacks or something, but that feeling, that heartbeat increase or something. How to get over that? Or the another example that Sudhaji just asked. It's not that your siblings or your husband wife relation. Sometimes anger. In anger, other person says something, they might not mean that way, but I know I read that book, Sudhaji, that it says that don't take it personal. I keep reminding myself as I don't take it personal, but I think there somewhere in their subconscious mind from the past, it reminds everything whatever they told you in the past. They might forget, but it is very hard to forget how to deal with those kind of situations, because that I think impact your inner feelings, and that end up having disease later on. That's what I'm reading more, that when you keep them. So those kind of, how to, in one sentence I will say that how to unlearn or forget or forgive others, and forgive yourself too. That I feel, especially in my boss example, I feel I could have behaved differently. Why did I take it personal? Why did I let it impact my health? Why I became so emotional? So those kind of questions I have for me. And for the like those kind of different, I know me as a myself, I know these are experiences. I learned that today, and I'm okay, but there is some guilt that I fail in that experience. So how to get over those kind of things? My question is that.
Yeah. The first thing is right. I can only talk about myself, right? I'm not perfect. I have my own out of orders. So that's absolute truth. So when we really understand who we are, and then we have our own out of orders, then the only becomes is, am I learning from that situation or not? That's number one. Okay. The number two, the situation has happened, but the lesson that we need to learn, you sit in a meditation, you go through the different experience. The conversation happened this time, you responded differently. That way you can train. And the last, sometimes, right, you don't like the boss, the experience is not great, but that experience given you something in your life, you able to course correct something. Do you take a gratitude for that and then reach out to the person? Hey, again, you have a choice. You can reach out to the person, uh, LinkedIn, whatever. Hey, I hope everything is okay. I just reflecting back, the experience I get, it is amazing. I learned a lot. But looking back, now I see how much I have grown from it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you do, right? You are exchanging your energy to the other person.
Yeah, I did that during that time too, and I
Mhm.
understood that part. I'm not mad at that person, but I realized I'm more. I'm not mad at myself too. I feel like there is some feeling inside that I could have. I'm more upset at myself that I could have. Why I behaved so timid at moment, or that fear was there. I learned a lot, and I end up having very good relationship with the boss. And I'm still, whenever her name comes in, I always tell everybody that it brings such a good experience, because that experience I use it other jobs, other places too. But I'm upset at my end that feeling, I think I want to change that history about me as a my person. Yes.
Yeah, though you are referring it to one time in the current life, there could be some patterns in the past as well. Excuse me. The best way, right, for us, one thing that stop us to vibrate high is lack of self-love. We are not perfect. I'm not perfect. We are here to learn, right? Though
Right.
that statement, if you really believe it, if you really do that, you love yourself because you're learning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want you to practice it. That one. I think thought
Okay.
you kind of mentioned. If somebody gets an angry on me, how should I deal with it, right?
Right.
Do you believe each one of us has a piece of God?
Yes, I believe that.
Okay. When somebody is angry, I'm sure that could be a close family members and all. Bring that awareness in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see the piece of God in them, but the ego, the self is coming out of that emotion. It got triggered for something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the situation put them into the corner versus they are not happy. They're not accepting the thing. The anger is outcome of all those.
Mm-hmm.
If you really care for them, I know, I feel you care it, but in that moment, at the conscious level, you really care about it. You just watch it. I know it's a comedy show happening. They are
Mm-hmm.
acting it. The best thing you go is right. You go depending upon the relation you have. You say, I love you. I know
Mm-hmm.
you are in emotion, but I understand, but we can talk further. Do not respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yes.
if you switch that change, you actually helping them how to deal their emotion good.
Yeah. Yeah. I really saw that actually in last week, one of the incident, because right now I was more stable, but I'm talking about how I behave, because at the time I didn't have that awareness about I behave in anger back too. And if I want to change that particular experience, can I use the counseling session that you just mentioned, that I behave whatever wrong way I behave, I replicate that incident inside my mind during meditation and behave the best way what I'm trying to do right now. So it will, I think I will be able to forgive myself to that. I just have that feeling that I fail in that event in the past. Right now I'm learning, and honestly meditation is really helping me. I can totally see that change coming up, and then reading that I keep reminding myself that yes, don't take personal, it is not your frustration, it is the opinion of other person. And I'm trying to help that person. He or she is saying because of the anger or frustration of her own life and experience. But at the time I didn't have that knowledge and that experience or that blessing. So if I want to change that experience in my meditation for my soul, so I can think about that and replicate in the way best way, so it will change the behavior, right? So is that the right experience?
You can do at the
Okay.
meditation, or you can do it on the real life without meditation. Let me give
Okay.
you an example.
Okay.
Beginning of the month, I attended Mega Meditation Summit. I come back. I was sick for 2 weeks with COVID. I did not receive a COVID earlier, but I thought it's my turn. During that 2 week period, my mind was playing with me.
Mm-hmm.
Anil, you went to Mega Meditation and then you sick for 2 weeks. And I don't know which one is truth, right? But I choose to play. No, I am actually ascending it. This is my way of raising my frequency. Mind says it, I say it. Mind says it, I say it. The reason is right. I don't know which one is true, but in those cases, I better choose something what I want rather than my mind is pushing me. Hey, you need to be careful. So again, what I did in the last 2 weeks, exactly the same. My mind says something. You went there, you got sick for 2 weeks, 2 weeks. You did not went out, you miss all these things, blah blah blah. Oh no,
Mm-hmm.
it's me. I'm vibrating high. This is my way of to be better,
Mm-hmm.
energetically. So again, which is true? Maybe my higher self might know, but in those situations, if I don't know, I choose that is benefiting me rather than bringing me down.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
I hope it gives you
Yeah. Yes. And I have another question that I was asking Satya too. From when I'm doing meditation in the evening, from last 1 week or more than 1 week, it started in the beginning too, that my legs were moving, but it settled within within couple of days, I settled. But from last 1 week, it's so hard to control my legs or my body. I just keep closing my eyes. I just make sure that I'm not opening my eyes, but it is very very hard for me to sit still, and somewhere in my mind playing game, like asking, telling me, is it the meditation you are doing? Is it the right way? You're moving so much. And but I still stay there in the whole meditation. I my ring or I telling me that I'm in the deep state, but my bodies keep moving. And it is very, I don't know, I'm still very confused. Is the right way to do keep meditation, or should I just move on, don't do it? Very curious about that question.
So while meditation, your body is moving, your legs are moving. Is that
A lot, yes. Yeah, legs, and sometimes hand, it reach to hands too, that you want to stretch. You just feel like something is in your leg. You want to stretch them out. You don't want to sit crisscross. It's not just numbness of the feet. It is something, it's hard to explain, that you want to stretch. You're feeling some kind of different, that
how
it's
long,
not, yeah.
how long are you doing meditation?
Mm, I am doing from 2 3 years by myself, maybe half an hour here and there. But I'm very consistent now from last 1.5 month after joining PSSM. 1 hour in the night and half an hour in the morning, 1.5 hour. Yeah.
Is that happens through during the group meditation or when you do by yourself?
Group medit, and as soon as meditation is over, I go to bed, everything is gone. And you feel so irritated that why you were moving during the meditation. But yeah,
Are you,
group meditation more.
are you moving it or is the body is moving?
It's, I just cannot sit still. Body is moving. Yeah. Something in there is just,
That's as part of
yeah.
the meditation, the energy is causing it. As long as you are not moving it, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
During the meditation, let the energy that you receive
Mm-hmm.
do its work, what is important for you.
Okay, okay. So I will just, what I'm doing right now, keep my eyes closed and don't
Yeah,
get
continue to
upset
do
that
the
it's
meditation.
okay,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
absolutely.
Garu, yeah, please.
Uh, Hello, sir.
Mm.
Hi. Namaste, sir. Sir, I have a question. Actually, I'm facing with one small issue. Actually, uh, I meet some people. Uh, it was like good initially, but started disliking, and then I'm like, unable to uh, say no to them, but still, uh, things go how I can explain is like, they come home, they'll stay for some time, they'll leave. That is there. But nowadays I'm like releasing my dislike. I'm not able to, I'm not thinking about like, no, I'm like thinking wrong. I should not do this, all these things I'm thinking, but still I'm releasing my dislike and all in the meditation, like I'm like trying to be happy. I'm trying to you know um, making myself controlled in my emotions and my anger or like dislike. But somewhere that dislike is not gone. As you said, it is there in still in the corner. So how do I get rid of those kind of corner, the emotions or like feelings about the other person, where you cannot tell them, because if you tell them, it feels like we are hurting them. uh and also you cannot tolerate or like the presence of that particular person, or how to handle this kind of situations.
Okay. The first thing is, right, I'm going to say it. Truth, what it felt to me. Okay. First thing is, everyone has a piece of God in them.
Yes.
Everyone has a out of orders. You just focus on at the soul level, there is a piece of God in them, and then focus on the good qualities they have.
Mhm.
And the second thing, this is more of the physical operation, right? When you need to put those boundaries, where what time anybody is welcome to your home, and if anybody comes to your home, you make sure you take your power to tell them in a positive way. Hey, I'm busy, this is not the time we spend, or whatever, right? The first thing, we need to be selfish at our spiritual journey. I know the selfish may not be a right word, but what you are debating between letting them know what you felt versus you taking on. I think taking on is not a right thing. It's not good for you.
Yes.
So conveying it, you convey in a positive way, and then again, right? For some people, it's a more of a art, the conveying a message, but for some people, it's not. End of the day, you are learning that thing too. That is your learning, and then what is the ease with which you navigate it is matters. It's okay
Okay.
for first time, it might go to the south, but you learn from it, right? But don't carry, all those within you.
Yeah, I'm like trying that. Actually, before meditation, it was like more, but now it became less. And for that particular reason, we used to always, me and my husband used to argue on it. All those things used to happen, but now it has sorted out. I think it has sorted out. I feel it has got sorted out. I started liking them, or all these things, but somewhere that dislike is there in the corner where I need to get rid of it. I'm
Continue to
just,
work on that, maybe repeat this one. Uh, the person, the thing, again, the place that you see is a
Mhm.
consciousness, is a God.
Yeah.
And you choose how you deal with them. Do you like them? Do you not?
Okay.
I think if you focus on maybe 10 times, 20 times, I don't know how many times you need, you it should not be just you doing it, right? You believe it, you experienced it.
Mm-hmm.
Experience translates your learning journey much faster. That's number one. Number two, it feels to me you need to learn little more. You did not learn what you're supposed to learn. That's the reason it's keep on happening. But when
Got
you
it.
learn those people may not show up because you already learned the lesson. There is nothing, yeah, that interactions are no more needed.
Oh, okay.
End of the
I
day,
understood.
kids goes to the school to learn. We come to
Yes.
this earth to learn, or
Yes.
whatever that soul plan is. If the learning is done, nobody is going to be operating with the same frequencies. They have to move forward, right? That's where conscious
Okay.
awakening.
Got it. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your suggestion. Thank you.
I'm honored.
Pinky, sorry.
Sorry, Satya, one more question I
Yeah,
have.
yeah, please.
Sorry, sir. I just want to know, like, suppose, can you do in your meditation, prayer, or healing for your loved one? Like if you know that suppose your kid, if they have some health issues, is it possible that you during your meditation you can like visualize for their health or some, is it this is how it works?
Yeah, there are different ways you approach it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think one way is right. How old are the kids? If they are 7 to 9 or 9 years and below or 7 years and below, you can actually, your energy field is helping them. So
Mm-hmm.
you work on yourself, you can, you can.
Mm-hmm.
But once the kids become, the teens and beyond that 9 years, 10 years age, they have their own.
On journey. Okay.
You, however, you can ask to send the blessings,
Mm-hmm.
as a general, but you need to assess it. How is that helping?
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe the better approach, both of you do meditation. And then also there are certain tools that maybe in the next session, or maybe Satya Master already introduced to this group, like 72 breaths, some of the Sari meditation. What is the lesson they need to learn? If, yeah, some of those tools offer those things, focus on that. That way it can be taken away. I think the later one is much better option. It becomes an experience for the for the family member. uh,
Mm-hmm.
you need to, you need to start that journey with them. Are they ready right now? If yes, it's easy. If they're not, you need to try the different ways to even do the meditation for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I prefer the second one,
Mm-hmm.
as a long-term sustainable approach, as a self-service for everyone. The first one, as a member of the family, you send it whenever you remember them. You,
Mm-hmm.
you send, you ask your, the God that you trust, the universe, to send the energy to them.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Master.
Yeah, intention is important, and then if they're able to receive it, yeah, they get it. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Master. Master,
Absolutely.
thank you so much. We are really honored, and it's a blessings to us. You coming to us and giving the wisdom. Really, it's a blessing from the universe, and we are so much honored, Master. Really, I know you are very, very busy, but in your busy schedule, you took time and you said yes, and you came here. Thank you so much. We are so grateful to you, Master.
Yeah, pleasure is mine as well. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, we will see you again and again.
Yeah, absolutely.